Hey movers, it's Sally Z with Be Moved. Let's go create some talks that will move this world. We're going to talk with amazing speakers, share tips, tricks, resources, and we are going to be moved so that our audience can be moved. This moved me. What is moving you? Hey movers, it's Sally. Welcome back to another This Moved Me here at Be Moved. I am the speaker coach and founder of Be Moved, and I'm always so excited to do this. This is fun. I love this stuff. I could talk about this stuff forever, which is probably what I've been doing. Ask my husband, who gets to sit in the office with me all day and listen to me talk about all this stuff. Cheers. Super fun. Okay. So I've been going live every day in Instagram and over on the Facebook page and doing weekly Q&As over on Crowdcast. So if you have not joined me for those, I would love to see you over there because they're super fun, and the daily ones are really simple, short and sweet, just 5 to 7 minutes of one thing that's moved me and one tip for you to help you really step out front with a little more confidence and clarity, because right now it's so important that we stay visible with our audiences. We can't be person to person with them, but that does not mean that we should, it doesn't mean that we should not be developing our content and working really hard to serve and love up our audiences. So what I want to talk about today is something that definitely applies in this virtual world for sure, but I think it's probably more applicable for the someday moment when we get to step back out live with an audience. But this is a question that I get again and again and again, and that is how to handle our pre-talk jitters. Like, what do we do with all of the butterflies and the anxiety? And honestly, for some people, this virtual world may amp up the pre-talk jitters even more, because I don't know about you, but I get energy and excitement from people and like being in connection with people. And so sometimes when we're focused on this virtual world, it can make you feel even more self-conscious, which does not help with the jitters. Okay. So I thought it might be helpful to talk about what I do as a pre-talk ritual. Essentially, what are the ways in which I get my body and mind and spirit really ready for what I'm about to be doing. And I really love that people ask me this question. And, every once in a while, it's good for me to be reminded of this, and good for everybody who's listening to be reminded of this, because I think when we feel nervous, we feel like it means something about our readiness for the spotlight or the moment out front. And it doesn't. And I can tell you that it doesn't, because everyone I've ever let me say that again. Everyone I've ever worked with, truly, especially if they're about to do something that they really care about, that feels bigger than what they've done before, it brings up all of those jitters. So I say jitters. I like jitters because it kind of feel like instead of anxiety or nerves or, you're afraid of public speaking. And I don't think that's especially if you're listening to the show, if you're really afraid of public speaking, my guess is you're not spending your time diving in to this show with me or showing up with me live. There's something that pulls you out front, something that you kind of like, because of course, and there's some benefit. There's a huge benefit, of course, to stepping out front. But if we lose focus on that, it can get in the way of us really taking advantage of these opportunities. But I just want to make sure everybody understands that everybody gets the jitters if you're doing something that matters. Okay, so don't take that as a sign of anything more meaningful than your body is experiencing the sense of new and the sense of a little bit of danger. So I want to share with you the things I do to help me be a little more brave in the moment, to feel really focused, and to enjoy it as much as possible. Okay, so what I want to share with you is ways that I get my brain focused, my heart ready, and my body really strong so that I can walk into that moment or turn on the camera for that moment feeling as ready as possible. Because when I feel as ready as possible, then I'm very open to the present moment and willing to accept whatever happens, right? Because if I don't feel prepared, if I don't feel ready, that's when I start to question that I can handle what will come my way. So ultimately, this is about developing self-trust so that you can be really open and present in the moment. Okay, so I think about this pre-talk ritual in 3 areas: body, mind, and spirit. Okay, and I'd like you to think about your pre-talk ritual in whatever context in body, mind, and spirit as well. Okay. What I mean by body, of course, is the tool with which you speak, right? Your body is your instrument as a speaker. So it's really essential that we keep it healthy and ready. You know, I think I've shared with a lot of you that when I was in grad school, and I'm going to drink my water because, of course, I'm feeling like, as I'm talking about this, I'm like, I'm dehydrated. I need some water. But when I was in grad school, one of my teachers famously said, if your pee isn't clear, get off the stage. And I was like, wow, that's a really strong statement. But have you ever tried to drink so much water that your pee was clear? It's a lot of water, my friends. It's going to the bathroom quite a bit. But but I think her point was really clear in that we need to take care of our bodies. They are the instrument that we use to connect, to feel, to be present, even when it's virtual, my friends, even when it feels like it's neck up, essentially, or shoulders up. We forget that this is still a full body experience. I was doing a presentation training with a client of mine, and we were talking about even when you're on the phone, you should be on your feet because you bring a different energy when you are using your body. Last week I did a training with teachers, and in this webinar, I was standing up, and I can't tell you how many comments people had that they were like, oh my gosh, I kind of forgot that even though we're on camera, I can still stand up. And so please remember that this is first and foremost a body experience. Like, we speak with our bodies, and I'm not just talking about technically like arms and gestures and whatever, but we are grounded in our bodies, and our voice is our body. So we want to make sure that your body is ready. And then, of course, your mind. Whoo! Your body might be ready, but if your mind is sabotaging you, it doesn't really matter. So really learning how to manage your mind so that you can show up open, feeling present and connected, and with a spirit of generosity and love. And then, of course, the heart or the spirit part. And this is making sure that you get your heart in the right place and really focused on who this is for, right? Why does this matter? It's really connecting to your purpose and drawing on that purpose so that you can get that intention centered for yourself. And because your audience will really, really feel that. So I want to share with you what I do, and they live in those 3 buckets, but what a typical pre-talk ritual looks like for me. I do my best to be early. Oh, first, before that, I always try and work out in the morning. I try and work out in the morning normally, but for sure, if I have something big that day, I work out in the morning because it helps me feel strong. It gets rid of some of that extra adrenaline and helps me get focused because, of course, the brain and the body are connected. We know that based on what we do as speakers, for sure. So if you can get the body ready, it'll help your brain be ready too. So I work out in the morning, and what I'm going to suggest for you is to do something that helps burn some adrenaline. Okay, so you might also need some kind of reflective or restorative kind of workout, but I think something that really makes you sweat is great. A kickboxing routine, a quick run, the elliptical, the rowing machines. I do like Beachbody on demand, especially right now. But that's great. I don't want you to do something that's going to make you super sore so that you're hobbling around the rest of the day, but it is worth taking 30 minutes to get your sweat on. Okay, number one. Then I make sure I get there earlier than even you think you need to be there. And I don't care if that means showing up at a location or showing up online, because you've got to do that tech check, number one, right away, because something won't be working. Almost guaranteed. It's just, that's what happens. So make sure you get there early and do your tech setup and set up those slides immediately. Make sure that everything transferred, your fonts don't look weird, the transitions work, the sound works. Oh my gosh, the technology. So just give yourself more time than you think that you need. Okay. I make sure that I'm wearing something that I feel great in. Okay. And maybe I've even, especially if I'm going outside of my house, I might stop and get my favorite coffee drink on the way. But just make sure, what I would say is make sure your body knows how to handle whatever it is that you're putting into it. Like, if you don't normally drink caffeine, maybe you don't want to do that. Or, dairy, how's dairy with you? Just, be thoughtful about that. So you're not dealing with surprises on that part. Yeah, that wouldn't be very good. Right. So you're wearing something great. You're there early to do your tech check. You've worked out. Generally, you're feeling great. Once I am there in that space, I do my walk and talk. So we talked about this a few weeks ago. And I think the walk and talk is absolutely one of my all-time favorite pro tips that anybody can do. And it's just a great grounding, focusing exercise, especially at this point. As a pre-talk ritual, doing the walk and talk just kind of reminds me that I do actually know my content and I'm going to be fine. I got this. And it gives you a chance to start saying the words out loud. Okay. Especially when we are living in this virtual world, it's really easy to just say it in your head or to kind of practice by looking at your slides on your computer. But to not get on your feet or say the words out loud, you are missing a huge opportunity. So do your walk and talk, drink lots of water, and then right before you start, I want you to get quiet and focused on your purpose. I want you to take that moment and shift all your thoughts to positive, energetic, happy, connected thoughts. Who is out there? You're saying your things to yourself like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share this with them. I cannot wait to do this. This is going to be awesome. All of those things that I know can feel a little weird, but that's absolutely what your thoughts need to be in that moment, because doing that opens up your spirit, gets you focused on the people in front of you, even if they are virtual, and that can make all of the difference. What you're doing right then is you are managing your mind. This is the moment where you need to manage your mind especially carefully. Do not take in last minute feedback. Nope. Right now, you've done everything that you can do, and you're walking into the moment to be present and open and connected and ready to take whatever ride it is that you are about to get on. Okay. I think it's a great moment to do your best to relax and to laugh, right? To focus not just on the audience, but just on the joy of this whole experience. I think speaking can be really joyful, even when it's scary. In fact, I kind of like when it's just a little bit scary, because man, what a thrill. I think the 7 in my Enneagram probably comes out big time in this, where I'm like, God, who knows what's going to happen? Let's go check this out. That is my level of risk. I'm never going to jump off a cliff, but put me in front of a big audience. That is a thrill that I will take every time. And then last but not least, what I want you doing is stepping out front, ready to enjoy, to take the ride that you've been given, to open yourself up to the present moment, to what is really happening in the room, and what ultimately is possible when we connect. So that's the general flow of what I do. Okay. I work out. I get there early. I do a walk and talk. I'm making sure I feel great about what I'm wearing. Feeling like a rock star, and whatever that means for you. I'm drinking lots of water. Then I check back in with my purpose. And I shift all my thoughts. I manage my mind. I shift all my thoughts to positive, open, connected energy. And then I step out front to enjoy the ride. It's pretty great. I'm kind of getting excited talking about my pre-talk ritual. I love this stuff, man. This is amazing. What a gift that we have and get to be able to do. Hope you're feeling it too. I hope you're feeling it too. Even if we don't get to be connected to the audience in the same way right now, we are still pressing go. That can be a moment too. So my question for you is, what do you do? What is your pre-talk ritual? What do you do to prep your body, your mind, and your spirit so that you can approach each moment with as much joy and confidence as you can, open to the experience and open to your audience? Oh my gosh, so fun. Okay, well, my friends, what I shared with you right now is just a little bit of a preview to my signature talk course that is opening in a few weeks. And in that course, we cover the whole process of content development from beginning to end. We get into then, how do you take this beautiful content you've written and get it up on its feet and deliver it with confidence in a compelling way. And then we talk about your mindset and preparation, because having a compelling talk, a beautifully written talk that you can deliver well, only happens when we have our mind right. So we cannot forget about the mindset as well. And I'm so excited about this course. It is the same process that I bring every one of my clients through and help personalize for them in their process of creating something new for the world. And so I'm so thrilled to launch this in a few weeks. And I really hope some of you will join me along for this ride, because it's going to be an amazing ride. But in the meantime, one of the things that we have to do before you can create something new, or even finesse something that you've got partway created, is we've got to go back and do that exploration and inventory that I've been talking about over at bmove.com/TED Talk. So that TED Talk kit is the perfect beginning steps to content development, because it helps get you really clear on what the stories are behind your idea. It helps you clarify your key pillars, your key concepts, what you want to be known for as thought leaders in your space. So this is really, really important work. Even if you're not ready to dive in and create a new talk, this is a really powerful process. So I'm really happy to share this with everybody, and that it's free, I think is important right now, because I want all of us to be stepping out front, clearer and driven by our purpose and our messages and our stories. And that's what this little TED Talk kit will do for you. So if you want to jump in there, it's bemove.com/TED Talk. And I'd love to see you over there. And keep your eyes out for what's coming in June, because I think it's going to be fab. It is going to be fab. I'm so excited about it. Oh my gosh, next week on the show, we are going to talk about process. And this is a big one, man, because it can feel, there's a lot of people who are like, I want to do this. I really do. This is on my list. It's been on my list forever. I personally feel like now is an amazing time. And this has been borne out and in other speakers I'm talking to. This is a great time to dig deeper on your content, to write the thing that you've been wanting to write, to put it on the list, because there's not less opportunities out there right now. In fact, there's more. I have been as busy as ever. And the ways in which I'm reaching my audience are changing a little bit, but it's incredibly powerful time. And so this is a really important time for us to step into this space. And what it means for us, and what we're going to talk about next week, is how do we do that? Well, there's a process, and it's not for the faint of heart. But when we trust the process, really big things happen. It's super exciting. I'm jazzed about it. All right. That's it for me this week. Thanks for coming along. I want to see you over at bemove.com/TED Talk. And looking forward to checking in with you daily over on Instagram too, and Facebook. Let's do this, huh? How are you at? This moved me today. What is moving you? Let me know.